Good morning. Good morning. Now I've spoken about how an interview could be likened to a date. When two people trying to push a common agenda decides to spend some time to get to know each other without jumping into any sort of commitment or conclusion. Naturally, without doing anything, not this thing that we are seeing these days, but I'm talking of just a normal date where people, they meet, whether they meet over lunch or over dinner, they talk, you try to understand how the other person thinks, what actually drives them, what is their ambition, their belief system, so that you make an informed decision whether this could be a person that you could spend some time with. Just like an interview. In an interview, two parties, the employer and the candidate, they sit down to try and understand or to assess the suitability or the fitness of each other to each other's ideals, each other's belief system, and everything else that is important. So I remember when I was in the dating game, when I was still in the dating game, that was a few years back, I used to have some non-negotiables. When I would go and talk to somebody, I had some non-negotiables because there were things that I knew, if overlooked, or if my partner did or acted or believed in some of those things, we're going to have a problem. Irrespective of how much I would have loved them, it was difficult for me to coexist with them given those beliefs that they will be harboring. And I think you might have noticed that I said the dating game. These days, this dating scene has become an extreme sport, and very soon I think it might be one of the sporting codes that the Olympics will introduce. It has left many battered, bruised, and injured for the rest of their lives, but many are still playing this extreme sport. So when I was still doing that, I had a couple of non-negotiables. For instance, I'm somebody who has never drunk, somebody who doesn't drink. So it was going to be practically impossible for me to understand somebody's drinking behavior, or for me having to support them when they want to go on their drinking spree, seeing that I don't drink. So what would have been the solution to that conundrum? It is for me to look for somebody who does not drink. The second instance, I'm the one person who does not believe in ancestral worship. So I was not going to probably be happy to find in our space some muti or those kind of things, because I rarely, no, not really, I don't even touch them. So those are some of the non-negotiables that I had in mind. And I'm at this point in time, I'm not saying whether I was right or wrong. Everyone is free to believe in what they believe in, but this is what I believed in, and I said, if ever we have a different belief system, we're going to have a problem. Similarly, in this recruitment game, which has become an extreme sport like the dating game, and it has left many with bloody nose, they are bruised and battered, their egos in tatters. So now the thing is, what sort of non-negotiables do you have when you are trying to find an employer? Are you going to apply in each and every organization simply because they do have a vacant? Are you going to try and send your CV, go to an interview to any organization even though they don't believe in what you believe in? I know a couple of years back I rejected some offers from some organizations because I did not believe in what they believe in. I knew I was not going to be at my best in those organizations because they believed in something that I fundamentally differed with. So for you, what are those non-negotiables? For instance, it could be, I am not going to even attend an interview in an organization that treats me like debt, that wants to coerce me to disclose my current salary. I might say, I'm not going to respond, or I'm not going to attend an interview with an organization that wants document A up to Z because I know it is not important in their decision making. And I'm not going to probably be subjected to a tortuous 5-phased interview, as long as once they tell you that we are going through a 5-phased interview, you are not going to even waste your time. So those are the non-negotiables that you need to set. I am not going to give you an exhaustive list of the things that you should be looking for, but there are some things that you know will really jeopardize your mental health. Anything that you know that will jeopardize your mental health, you can already say now you are not going to even waste your time on that. Have your non-negotiables, just like the companies themselves. They do have their non-negotiables, and they do so by putting those non-negotiables in their application tracking systems. So when you send your CVs, already you get excluded because those are the non-negotiables from the organizations. You get excluded by the application tracking system, the so-famed ATS. I'm going to speak about this application tracking system in the next video because there is something that you need to do, how to hack this application tracking system. It is a black hole, yes, but there is something that you can still do for your CV to get through this black hole and finally land in the hands of a human being. Thank you.